Hi there, and welcome to our Begin Within for Menopause. I'm just going to wait a few more minutes for a few more people to show up. Just so you know, you won't be talking today. This is a great time just to get information about yoga for menopause. And I'm really excited that you're here for this first class, whether you're here in person or if you are here for the recording. My name is Georgina with Georgina Kyllo Yoga, and I have a little yoga studio in Sycamoose. It's a beautiful little spot right on the channel overlooking the lake, and I offer therapeutic, gentle yoga, and I really, really thrive in trying to bring more information to all of you for our time when we're in perimenopause, menopause, and in our postmenopausal years. We're in a time where it's very fortunate that we can talk about this more. So, welcome, and I'm going to take a moment to just settle in as Judith Hanson Lassiter would do. We just take a moment to pause. I'd like you to sit up nice and tall. Relax the shoulders, close the eyes, root down through those sit bones. You can sit upon a yoga bolster or on your mat. Maybe you're sitting on your bed. That's good too. And I'm just going to set a timer. You're going to hear the bells ring, and we're going to sit in this beautiful stillness and quietness. Just allowing yourself to sit with the breath. There always are going to be distractions. Whether it's your puppy coming home, okay, or the kids, sounds, and just knowing you can even take that 2 minutes sometimes to get that time to relax and breathe and pause. Why did I start Begin Within for menopause? I don't know about you, but I have really had some crazy wild times since my mid 40s into my cycle going from every month to, my moon cycle being a length of bleeding for up to 20 days. Then I'd go 5 or 6 months, sometimes 8 months without my cycle, and then boom, it would come back again. And this started, like I said, in my mid 40s, and finally my cycle stopped in at age 52. So I'm 55 now. It's been 3 years without my menstruation, without my moon cycle. And a lot of things have come along with that, which is brain fog and joint pain and fatigue, but then also sometimes I've had great bursts of energy. Um, and of course, I always say, we get pregnancy brain that never goes away. And I think menopause brain just kind of adds on top of that. But all in all, I think that we're in a really great time as women to actually honor this time in our life. And I've been taking courses. I finished my 500 hours of yoga therapy. And then I started taking courses on menopause because we have so much out there for our pregnancy time. There is lots of yoga for pregnancy. And now we're seeing more and more of yoga for menopause. And Judith Hanson Lassiter and her daughter, Lizzie Lassiter, offered a wonderful course, which I took. And now I'm going to share that with you. A little bit about this. I'm just going to go through my notes. So, as I said, this is an info session. And then we're going to go into setting up for Shavasana because our goal is to do Shavasana every single day. So, today, our yoga practice is Shavasana. So, Judith Lassiter has been teaching yoga since 1971, and Lizzie, her daughter, since 2005. And the reason why their course started on menopause, which was a 6-month course called Somatic Woman, was Lizzie was feeling like this was looming for her. She's in her 40s. So paired up with her mom, who's in postmenopause, and then their friend Mary Richards, who went through a hysterectomy and is in her 50s. There's this balance of, 3 generations that have put this program together. And I thoroughly loved it. And now I'm sharing it with you. How we can take yoga into menopause. Judith talks about how when she started going into her postmenopause, when our cycle completely stops bleeding, when we are in that menopause time, she said that her and many other yogis found that supported back bends and things like legs up the wall, more of these restorative postures were more nurturing. And what she did say is there is no scientific proof to this feeling restorative, but she feels that it actually does balance our hormones. And I'm willing to believe this is true because I'm finding now I'm not in that phase where I want to do 25 to 30 sun salutations like my daughters do. I'm good with like 5 sometimes, 5 or 6, and slowing it right down. And then having that balance of movement and then balance of restorative practice. When I look at what my notes say here, Judith feels that our bodies are automatically telling us we need support, telling us to use the props so we can accept where we are. So that's huge. How many times as women do we just keep going and going and going and we don't accept where we are? When we come to this deep stillness, which we're going to do today in our Shavasana, it allows us to come into this deep spaciousness of stillness. Think about those words right now. Deep spaciousness, stillness. So we're allowing ourselves to be willing to be where we are and not fight this as part of our evolution. Menopause is not a mistake. It's part of our life. It's part of aging. And with that aging comes wisdom. And we can really now, more so than my mom's generation or her mom's generation, know that it's okay to talk about it. It's okay to share that feminine wisdom of our bodies with everyone around us. And maybe my generation is the first generation to do this. And Lizzie and Judith talk about that, and Mary Richards saying that this is our time to share this. This is our generation's time. And she feels this should be starting for women not only now in our 50s or older or our 40s, but even in our 30s. Start that. Share this with anyone, any woman that's in their 30s and noticing these hormonal changes and feeling like it's looming, and it shouldn't feel like looming. It should feel natural. With that, yes, there can be a little bit of grief felt in this time in our life, maybe a little bit of trouble with feeling like we're aging. But what we need to know is that slowing down can be gentle. This slowing down and nurturing our bodies instead of going and going and going like we do in our 20s and 30s, and honestly, our 40s. We're busy, building careers, finding that, loved one in your life to share a family with. And then we have aging parents. So we are always in the doing body and not so much in our being bodies. It's in society now. You see lots of actresses and people in general, or women in general. There's a lot of things pushed on us for anti-aging, like Botox and surgeries. And if that's something that women want to do, then by all means. But we can also do it without that. We can age gracefully. We don't want to give up, but we can age gracefully. You may notice one of the things, Izzy, come here, over here, is our ligaments start to feel tighter. And that can be from the reduction of estrogen in our body, which we don't lose completely because our bodies are so smart. It gives us that extra bit of weight we put on. That comes into place because we can hold estrogen naturally in our body in the fat cells. Sometimes we're fighting that extra 10 pounds or 15 pounds, maybe it's more. I know I've had that. Sometimes it's good to keep that little bit of extra on because you are keeping some estrogen in your body. We talk about, or I should say, Judith talks about, as women, we don't need more challenge. We need refuge. We need time to rest and time to stop listening to that I should voice. So she says, when we say I should be doing this and I should be doing that, that's not an inside voice. That's not within you. It is actually an outside voice. And we can begin to trust our body. We can trust in this practice, this seed of yoga. Not to say that there isn't challenge in every phase of our lives. We have the challenge now with digital, which I'm doing right now. But this does create also a beautiful sangha of women in the digital world where we can talk and share more about our experiences with menopause and perimenopause, all those hormonal changes. This is the time now when we can listen and trust our own intuition. And we can look at this slowing down as another way of just waking up. I want us to notice that we can be aware of choosing a moment. So choosing to be in that present moment. So coming to this to begin within yourself as you go into each choice each day. So whether that's social media or your phone, it used to be years and years ago that nobody brought a cell phone to yoga class. Now it happens pretty much all the time. Writing in your journal and taking that time to physically write down those things that you're grateful for, or taking the time to write down, geez, my body really hurt today and I wasn't as flexible as I used to be. But knowing that you can help that with this beautiful practice of yoga. Let's take a moment to rewrite our story of menopause. We can have this Sangha women from all over the world. And this is where Judith and Lizzie say that we find our way together to learn and how to engage with this potent form of ahimsa, like potent, which is that beautiful practice of self-compassion and non-harming. And finally, we know that when we take care of ourselves, we're taking care of others. But that starts with us first. I'm going to take myself to my mat. And we start with Shavasana first. That's right. First, you get into that deep stillness and restorative, that nourishment that our bodies are craving. And then when you come out after the 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes is minimum, you will see that you may feel like moving. You may feel like doing some stretches. The Shavasana we're going to do today is this basic Shavasana, the basic relaxation Shavasana. You're going to need some blankets. So I've got 3 blankets. I've got my bolster. You can also use pillows. And we're going to use this because this is the most familiar pose. I will post another one of my other favorite Shavasana, which is Stonehenge. And this pose is basically our way of just getting that support. So if you need more support under your head, I know some women feel a little bit dizzy if they're laying really flat. Do what you need to put under your head, not your hat. I'm going to put my pillow under my head and we'll check in with what I have and we'll come into our Shavasana. I made myself a crocheted velvet eye pillow, or you can use a face cloth. I have 2 blocks. You can use books or smaller pillows like this. And I have 3 blankets. Let's set this up. We're going to take 1 blanket and roll it up. And I'm going to place it here. And I'm taking this block and placing it underneath the bolster. So I might switch this back because I need room for my feet. And then I'm taking this blanket here and I'm going to take my pillow and place it underneath my head. I will come down to my mat and we will stay here for 20 minutes. You'll take time to settle in. You can dim your lights. I'm not going to do that because I want you to be able to see me. We're going to do 20 minutes together and then we will come out. Coming down on to the mat, you're going to feel your legs supported. Oh, and also you need a blanket to cover yourself. I'm going to take this extra blanket and cover myself. So you may want to take another cozy blanket, maybe something nice and warm and fuzzy. You can put on your socks. See, my legs are supported as well as my ankles. And I like my feet covered. Coming down. scooching so you can feel yourself fully supported. And you're going to feel the lower back press down into the earth. You can take your hands to your belly here. I like to take my thumb to my lower rib and then place the pinky finger down towards the top of the hip flexor. Kind of just lift each leg up and place it down, allowing some width between the legs, open slightly. When we're slowing down the breath, I don't have too high of a pillow, just enough for a nice neck support. And let's take 5 breaths here together. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Again, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Feel the body softening, relaxing. And again, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Take your eye pillow or your face cloth, place it over the eyes. Allow the eyes to soften and sink down into the eye sockets. And we'll begin. Relax the forehead, the jaw. Allow the tongue to relax and maybe come just behind the top, the teeth, into the soft palate of the mouth. Soften through the heart. The ribs expand and relax. Coming back to your natural breath here. The belly is soft. Hips relaxed. Knees and ankles supported. When we come to the word heart, so be here. The letter H. Arrive here in this moment. Letter E. We embrace this time in our life. We embrace this settling, slowing down. In the letter A, we bring awareness. Awareness to our choices. Awareness to this time in our life is sacred. Awareness to allowing ourselves to nourish, to come to this refuge of Savasana, of yoga. And the letter R of the word heart, meaning rest, refuge, replenish, relax. And letter T, we allow this for thoughts of gratitude, thoughts of intention, and time for yourself. This moment to breathe in and breathe out. And relax here in this deep nourishment of Shavasana. Slowly coming back from the spaciousness of Shavasana. My teacher, Karuna of Heart Yoga, she always says how important the pose of Shavasana is and how we can come back slowly as if you're waking a child gently. Take a moment to make small movements, making some wrist rolls. And I like to flex the toes and then flex the heels, make a few wrist circles and ankle circles at the same time. And then stretching the arms and legs out into that full stretch. You can remove the eye pillow. Slowly open the eyes and then close the eyes. And then we're going to roll over onto our right side into fetal pose, pose of new beginnings. You can rest your head on your arm. And let's take a moment to just see one thing that you are grateful for about yourself. This can be, I'm grateful for showing up for myself today. I am grateful for this time of nourishment, of rest, self-care, self-love. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Press yourself up to seated. Welcome back from Shavasana. I wanted to read you a short poem. I'm just going to wrap this blanket around me. And this was written in my journal. And this is a poem which is beautiful for reflection. And it's by Kabir. And it says, "Don't go outside your house to see the flowers, my friend. Don't bother with excursions. Inside your body, there are flowers. One flower has 1,000 petals. That will do for a place to sit. Sitting there, you will have a glimpse of beauty inside the body and out of it, before the gardens and after the gardens." Well, thank you, my yoga ladies, for Begin Within. I look forward to us starting the next 4 weeks together, starting next Thursday, March 6th at 5:30 p.m. We will be at the yoga studio in Sycamoose, the Anchored Heart. Bring your hands into Anjula Mudra at your heart center. Close the eyes, nice tall seat. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And we'll end with one single Om together. Inhaling. Om. Drop your chin towards your heart. The divine light in me sees, honors, and cherishes the divine light in you. With much gratitude from my heart to each of your hearts. Namaste. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing you. And I hope you enjoyed this practice. Please leave me any comments or email me at hello@georginakylloyoga.com.